Ladies, ladies and gentlemen, I have got I've got a gentleman here that is a huge that I'm a huge fan of. I consider a friend. We met up a few years ago. First over the internet, then in person, which was pretty amazing. He's higher than most, higher than you. He's Adam Ill, and he's the highest host. Adam, how's it going, brother?
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear
I
me
didn't know you were
okay?
talking about me.
Hell yeah, I was talking about you.
Can you hear
I
me?
hear you fantastic, bro. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah,
What's
let's
up?
go, man. Let's go, man. I'm just chilling, man. I'm just about to smoke a little bit more. I'm firing koozies off of Mrs. P so she can fill up another tea for me. How's your night, man?
Good, man. Just rolling up right now. Just got back from New York.
Yes.
Just chilling. Just got a lot of things going on. Just, out here, just living life and having fun while I do it, bro. And, social media is hilarious.
It is hilarious, man. It is hilarious. It's not real life either, is it?
Social media is not real life.
It is
No.
not real life. That's your slogan. I thought I'd take it. I'm running with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, man, before we get too deep, because I love to talk about so much with you, man. Real quick, for
Because
anyone,
I'll talk about everything and don't give a fuck about anything.
of course, man. That's the best part about the whole thing, bro. That's the best part. Welcome to tea, man. There is no real direction. It's just a chill, this conversation. For anyone who's watching, for the two people that might not know who you are, real quick, Adam Mill, who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm from the Valley, the 818, and I get higher than you.
I knew you would say that. I knew you would say that.
Who am I? I'm just I guess a personality in the space who's been podcasting since 2009 and making content and just been very opinionated about the cannabis and don't have a filter and no shame and don't give a fuck about who I offend.
Good. Good. And that's exactly how it should be, man. And for those that don't know, bro, you are in my humble opinion, you are the OG of the OG of kind of the online cannabis entertainment kind of hosting space, bro.
Yeah. I would say. I mean, I was one, if not the first, cannabis podcast. I started podcasting in 2009. I was talking about cannabis culture on regular FM radio since like 2000 and like two, three, like early 2000s. I've hosted a lot of cannabis events. I've thrown a lot of cannabis events. I've done a lot of innovative shit in the space. I've just dealt with a lot of obstacles. I've been deleted a lot of times, and been working with a lot of brands. So I have a lot of relationships with a lot of people in this industry.
Yeah,
It's
man.
exciting, bro.
It's so exciting, bro. And you're right, man. You've been doing this for a long time, man. Like you started like you said like early 2000s doing radio in LA, right?
Yeah. I started in radio in 2001 in
2000.
LA. That's what I was saying. I was already like, I was smoking THC while a lot of these kids were learning their ABCs. So for them to come at me and like, I'm a culture vulture or I'm a new person, like they could, how vulgar are you on here?
Bro, bring it.
I can say, I know we're
Yeah.
on YouTube. I don't want you to
Nah,
like,
you
I don't
bring
want
it.
to demonetize you or
Nah,
anything.
it's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I end up taking
yeah.
this. I'll take this interview after and then I'll edit it. I'll just take out the
Okay.
nice words and then I'll post it. But right now it's tea, baby. You let her rip.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's funny to me that a lot of these kids know me better than I do, and they understand things more than me when I actually live it and experience it and they're just watching it through filters and screens.
For real.
So that's it.
Yeah, for real, man. Bro, I totally look up to you, man. In regard, I remember, man.
Chill.
No, for real, man. When we did, I'll be honest. When I was in LA, you pulled up for the gauntlet, the growers gauntlet, and I was on the mic, and
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
was doing just fine. And then you
You
and
killed it.
I saw your, I thank you, I did. And then but I saw your face, And man, I was sweating, bro. I was sweating. You had me because I was like, fuck, man, this is the
No,
guy.
you were doing
This is
great.
the
That's
guy.
why I don't like to. Yeah, yeah. That's why I don't like, like when I enter chat rooms or if I'm like at events, I don't want to like start going into the comments or say anything because then I feel like people get
I
distracted
feel you.
and then they just like take away from what they're already doing. And you were like killing the mic, dude. Those were your people. You were in the like that was you were on an all-time high right there. I could see it,
You're
dude. Your
right.
aura was just glowing. You were like in the moment, and I was like, "This fool's just so passionate about this. I love it.
Yes, yes,
We
yes.
need more of this. We
Thank
need
you,
more
G.
of this in the space."
Thank you, G. Yeah, it comes from good people, you know. It comes from good people, man. And you're 100% right, bro. I was on top of the world that day. That's not a thing I usually do. You know, I don't have decades in this space. You know, I like you're saying. I haven't been doing this since the late 1900s.
Yeah.
Again, yeah,
Chill, 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 chill.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a
you've messed with a lot of people, bro. You've messed with a lot of good, like quality, wicked people, man. I might have did a little bit of listening. I was listening to a podcast with Sid from Slipknot,
oh yeah. He's been on my show a couple times.
bro, and then Shavo from
Yes,
yeah,
System of a
System,
Down.
man, bro. Like,
Yeah,
let's
he's in.
go, let's go.
I mean, if we're going there, I've had Steph from the Deftones on as well.
Yeah,
I've had some pretty epic guests. Shout out to Be Real as well. I was on his network for 3 years. I did Be Real TV. I did the whole exhibit brass knuckles thing, and unfortunately, what's going on right now is it repeats itself because I was in the middle of some controversy many, many, many years ago when I was working with brass knuckles, and then they had the pesticides issue and everyone blamed me for it when I was just, a content creator getting paid to just promote it. This is before we knew about testing. This is before we knew about clean cars. This is before all the education. And I was the one that got like polarized as the Eagle 20 pusher, and I got memed and I got deleted and I got like everyone tried to cancel me, but it's like I was just a content creator that had a huge follower. I mean, I've had multiple accounts with over 100,000 followers, that get deleted all the time. So I understand what's going on, but the thing is, you gotta like respond immediately, and that's what happened. Is I would speak. You see me, you know me.
mm,
I speak quick. I don't give a fuck. I'm unfiltered. I'll say how I feel.
yeah.
But other people just try to play it differently, and I'm like, you got to be real and truthful. Once you start like denying shit or just hiding from shit, that's when everyone starts speculating, and then the rumors become more and more real. When you have a lot of people saying the wrong shit, that's what everyone's gonna believe. Everyone will believe a bunch of yelling idiots and one smart, calm, chill person, and that's just how the world is now. So I mean, it's crazy what goes on. That's why you gotta be smart with who you work with and what you promote, and that's why you won't see me promoting a lot of these brands. That's why I haven't dealt in with the Delta 8 or the THCA or any of these distillate products or a lot of these brands out there, bro. And that's why I'm still relevant 20 years later. I've seen so many people come and go throughout my whatever this is. I mean, there was no influencer when I was doing it. There was no, Instagram, YouTube just started in 2012, bro, or some shit like that.
Like 11 or
So
something.
it's not,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Or
it's
9,
not like
somewhere
any of
around
this shit was
Yeah.
real. My podcast was before any of this. I was like on MySpace promoting this shit. There was no like outlet for cannabis consumers. It was totally taboo. There was like secret forums. There was like IC. There was Weed Tracker, but no one was really out there promoting putting their face on weed and just trying to educate the people that weren't like activists or like celebrities. Yeah, we had like Woody Harrelson, we had Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson, but they were like celebrities. There wasn't like a regular person just promoting and letting people know about cannabis, just educating while entertaining. So
Yes.
there's a whole different world back then. Now
Man.
everyone's an expert.
Man, and that honestly, like I started in 2014, and that the idea of an influencer back then, even, and you're talking, you're talking 5 years earlier than that. It was
Yeah.
was very, very, there wasn't many, if any, at that point. So it's like I totally get it, man. And
Yeah, there was a couple of us, but yeah, it's totally different now. Now everyone's a thing. I mean, I was very fortunate to be where I was at and be at my age and do what I did, but it's just crazy how, within the last 10 years, things changed so dramatic. And now I'm like The things people say about me just make me laugh. People think they really hurt me, and like you think I'm gonna be offended by what some like 17-year-old kid in Nebraska is telling me? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro! Like,
Just a
who the fuck
delicate
are
boy from
you?
the valley, bro.
I'm just out here living my life, and if what I say offends you that much, then I'm doing something right, and you need some help because this shit is just entertainment, dude.
Yeah.
It's just all
Nah,
entertainment,
you're right.
and that's why I'll troll engage all day, dude. I'll
Good.
say some shit
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
get
I
people
got
riled up.
time. I got time. I could do this. Yeah, I got more
I'm
time
on a
than you.
plane for 5 hours. I got time.
I'm higher than you, and I got more time than you. Yeah, yeah, I feel it. That's good, man. So you were just in New York, bro. What was that about? What was that about? I saw some of the packaging and stuff. What?
Bro, I love it. I
Yeah.
fucking I have so many unpopular opinions, but I'm just not a sheep, so I'm gonna like what I like. And all this
Why
packaging
we
that's coming
jive?
out, these cereal boxes, these like weed with toys, all this like nostalgic packaging, like we are the kids that they are advertising for. We are the
Yes.
children that enjoy this. There's no 6-year-old knows who like some of this shit that we watch. Like some of these cartoons don't even exist
Fruity
anymore.
Pebbles.
Come on,
Like
dude.
Fred Flintstone. I've seen that one. You know, there's a lot. It's all 90s, 80s, 90s. I actually take a very similar opinion in regards to. I actually just dropped a video last week. Maybe it was even this week in regards to packaging, and I said the exact same thing. I love the packaging. The one. Although someone brought up a very valid comment in regards to the copyright infringement, because let's face it,
If
99% of
If it
those.
happens, it happens. If it happens, you're doing it right. That means you got recognized by a big corporation, and if you just stop and do something else. Like it happens.
Yeah, you're
Unless
right.
they like want to sue you and take you to
Yeah,
court and try to fuck with you, but a lot of them just want you to stop using their
that's
logo.
it.
That's
There'll
what
be a
it comes
cease and
down to.
desist. Yep, yep. That happens first. That happens first. I saw the
Yeah,
GTA 5 case where the guy like opened up the GTA case and it pulls up the
yeah.
CD and the CD was man. That's
They
incredible.
had a Trapopoly that comes with a board game, dude. It was so I was in New York because it was a Smoketoberfest, this thing called Joint Ventures. They do monthly, I think monthly events in New York, and they invited me out there to host it. And it was this 3-story restaurant where like the first floor was a full restaurant where you can it's a buffet style, all you can eat, like super legit Italian food. And then the second floor was like their hall, but that's where all the brands were. And there was like a bunch of tables, like farmer market style. You could just buy direct from consumer or direct from the company. And then the third floor was like this rooftop DJ bar vibe, so like a club vibe. So it was like a 3-story event, and I was there hosting it, and just we gave away a trip to California.
Sweet.
There was a lot of dabs, rosin, a lot of people came out. I love just like the chaotic, positive energy that the East Coast has. Um, I am born and raised in LA, so my pace is a little bit different. And I was always in the way, which I fucking was so entertained by, dude. So like if I'm walking down the street just smoking at my pace, which is like, California stroll,
Yeah.
uh I was in the way to this like fast New York East Coast. Move out of my way. I got somewhere to be, Joe.
Yep.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, yo, I'm just trying to chill
Yeah.
and enjoy the city. And y'all are like on this fucking super pace. And I'm just like, oh, look over there. Oh, that's the Grand Central. Okay. It was wild, bro. I love it.
It's called the Valley Pace, I think is what it is, man. That's what I think that's where this came from. Are you familiar with this here gang sign? You remember?
No, I think this is Hawaii. I think this
Oh
is Hang
fuck.
Loose.
Yeah, it goes to show
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
from Canada. This right here,
Yeah, you
this
don't
goes
know. Yeah, yeah.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean, it is American because I guess Hawaii is technically a state of
Some would
the
argue.
United States,
Yeah.
but they already have their own indigenous people and land, so we kind of, how Americans are. They just
Yeah.
culture appropriate everything and take
Yeah.
away everyone's
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah. Yeah. America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the difference between Canada and the United States, brother, is that you guys just take it, we move in and try to start a relationship and we start sign contracts and treaties and make it complicated, and then by 100 or say 150 years later it's like very complicated at this point where now we're legally obligated. That's it's either A, you figure should your ancestors have taken it, or should we try to have negotiated it? Yeah, because we tried to negotiate it, and let me tell you, there's a lot of people here feeling like they got the short end of the stick.
No, you can't make everyone happy. You'll never make everyone happy, and people try to appease everybody, and that's where they start fucking up. And people don't stay true to who they are because they want to impress multiple crowds. When you just gotta be who you are, and your people will come to you. And that's the thing, and that's what's going on with even I don't want to get all political or really, but like, if you don't think the way someone does and you're anti them and you're a hater and you're the worst thing, it's like, why can't we just have different opinions but still be good people?
Be
Like,
ourselves.
you might not like Indian food because of whatever flavor or spices, but that doesn't mean that you're a horrible person and you're team Pakistan and like fuck India. You just don't like Indian food,
Right.
It's like,
Right.
why can't
Right.
someone just not have an opinion? I don't like fucking vanilla. I like chocolate. Am I a vanilla hater? Do I hate all things that are vanilla now? Am I like, why does it gotta be extreme?
No,
Why can't we just like
that Adam is
respect each other's opinions and
that Adam
fucking
is racism. You're a racist.
yeah. Oh, you like vanilla? Well, you're racist. Yeah, exactly. Like, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
honestly, I honestly blame the media. There is no other like that. They perpetuate this. When I run into people, when I travel, and I know you travel a lot more than me, but I do not run into the people that the media leads me to believe don't like me for all the reasons that are me. I'm Canadian. I like weed. Um, I do country music. So it's like, I'm a bit of a redneck. So it's like, when I talk to people from around the United States, it's love, it's positivity, it's acceptance, it's open arms. It's not until you get on the internet or you listen to mainstream media, and then I hear left versus right. This is
Yeah.
your enemy. This hates. That's where it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa. These are my people
It's
you're talking about.
yeah. Main media is bad, and then social media gave everybody a platform to be an expert on anything. And now, there's so many different theories and thought processes out there that it's just super confusing. And then you mix AI in the picture where they just alter anything. You don't know what's real and what's fake, and now you're just
Oh my God.
watching and just doom scrolling your life away,
You're
just
doomed.
like what is going on, and just comparing shit. And even like, look, if you're watching this right now, if you're here right now, like, you're doing good. You got the internet.
You
You're probably
blessed.
smoking weed.
Yep.
You're chilling.
Yep.
You're probably somewhere comfortable since you're watching this. And you might feel miserable or sad or upset because you're not where so and so is doing or smoking what so and so is. But you're still doing way better than 95% of the motherfuckers out there. You're just on social media, so you see what everyone else is doing, which is all fake and bullshit anyway.
100%.
Not everyone is living that life 24/7. And social media is just like a highlight reel, and people compare themselves too much and don't get it. And they just want to like click up and team up and be like, oh, if I like this person, I can't like that person. Like, y'all are just fucking soft.
You have
Be your own person.
you don't do you have any kids yet? Sorry, I don't
I
mean to say
don't.
yet. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
No, it's okay. No, I don't have
didn't
any.
mean
I
that. No, I
don't.
didn't mean that.
That's why I'm 40 plus and still look like this.
Get out of here, pushing 40, looking like this too. No,
Yeah,
the
I'm
reason
40 plus.
the reason
40
I say
plus.
that the reason I say that is because I have a son who's 13, and
What?
yeah,
Damn.
thank you. And trying to
That's a fucking teenager.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. He does not do social media. No phone. He doesn't do
Smart.
Snapchat.
Don't let him on it.
Doesn't do anything.
Love
and,
it.
And all, but I'm not joking. Every single one of his friends do. So it's very tough to kind of tell him. And so we have these conversations a lot where it's like, here's why we say no. But if we are going to do it, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make it so it's a resume, buddy. Like, it's a portfolio. This is what we want because he's big into hockey. This is what we want your coaches to see. This is what we want your
Right.
teachers to see. This is what we
Highlight
want-
reels.
That's right. Nothing bad. I'm never going to
Yeah.
showcase the bad stuff. And
Yeah.
you're right. It leaves this level of expectation. And
Yeah.
particularly on our youth, our kids right now who see this and they're like, I have to have this. I have to obtain this. I got to feel this. I got to look like this. And that's tough.
Yeah. No one's gonna post them at the bus stop, but they're gonna post them in a Rolls Royce that they fucking like got picked up in.
That's
People
right.
gonna think that's their life, and it's like, like,
Yo.
you're just tripping right now.
Yeah.
Chill out.
That is what it is. That is what it is. Bro, I want to kind of go back a little bit, man, because I want to give credit where credit is due, man, because I've got a weed
Uh-oh.
podcast here. I got a weed podcast here, and not only this one, but I have From the Stash,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and this is how we met up. But bro, you had the podcast,
yeah.
Adam Macadocious, if you will.
Oh,
Very very
that was what it was first called.
yeah
Yeah, the Adam
yeah
Macadocious show. Damn, you went deep. Yeah.
yeah deep, bro, deep.
Yeah,
Man,
no one knew how to spell Adam Macadocious, so it sucked on like SEOs. Like no one knew how to search it, so I was like, yeah, let me just change it.
yeah, I gotta be smart, smart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. But
yeah.
original, man. When did you? How did you come up with the podcast? The original.
I mean, it's like a it was in 2009. I was in radio. I started in radio. I got in radio in like 2001 to 2009. I was doing like promotions, brand ambassador, like that dude on the streets. And then they learned I had a personality, so they put me on air a couple times, and I was like a special guest on some of the shows, and I was like the like MC at events and shit. And when they flipped formats, it was like a talk show. And when they flipped formats to a top pop, like the demographic changed, and I was already known as like the station stoner. So couple of us started podcasting because this was a new thing. It was Adam Carolla was doing the morning show on the radio station I was at. You know Adam Carolla?
Yep, yep.
He's
Yep,
like a
I'm a
comedian
fan.
out here.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay.
He
So
just
he
lost
had
his
a
show actually, if I'm not mistaken.
oh yeah, well he was a comedian. He's from the Valley where
Yep.
I'm at. He did whatever. So he did the morning show. Then when the format flipped, all of us went into podcasting. You know, we all had our own because we were all in radio, so we all knew the technology. So we all like started podcasting, and I was known as the weed guy, and I was a bud tender, and I had like this knowledge of cannabis that not a lot of people had because there weren't books out there. There wasn't the internet. There was like you had like the Ed Rosenthal books or the
Yeah,
Jorge
yeah.
Cervantes or the
But you couldn't be
Jack
caught
Hare.
dead with those books, bro.
Yeah, and
That was
no
like
one
a
really knew
hustler
about
magazine.
them. Or it was like High Times. Yeah, it was like 18 and over.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there wasn't really a lot of cannabis media out there. And so I decided to do just show. Me and one of my coworkers would smoke weed all the time. So I was like, I had a co-host at the time. And one of the other employees played keyboard. So I had him play live music while we were doing our show, just because we would vibe out. That's how we would chill. And we would just have conversations of whatever the weed is. And me being a bud tender, I had access to weed and edibles and all this shit. And we would just talk about weed culture. And it was just like two regular guys talking. It was Adam Macadocious and Manny Blunts. That's what it was. But after I realized no one knew how to spell Adam Macadocious, we just changed it to the podcast because it was a podcast about pot. So it was just podcast. I think it was pretty simple and easy. It
Back
wasn't that hard
then,
to think about.
fucking genius.
Yeah.
Right? Back
And
then.
but then I learned that High Times owned the term Danny Danko. You know Danny Danko?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they owned a podcast. They had the actual
For real?
trademark.
I didn't know
for
that.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that part. Yep.
No, a lot of people did it. Trans High Media owned it
I know
because I
that.
looked it up
Yep.
afterwards because I didn't really know. And then I worked with High Times during that time because I was hosting all the events. When I started the podcast, I really got deep into the cannabis community. I started meeting all the growers. You know, I worked with Cali Connection and Swerve, who was like a huge seed distributor who still is, been 10 years, over 15 years now doing it. You know, DNA, Attitude Seed Bank, Archive Seed Bank. I worked with all these growers and geneticists, and I knew all these growers. So I started meeting everybody. My network started getting crazy, and this whole like subculture of cannabis started getting introduced to me. And I started going to all the weed events, and I started hosting the weed events. And just that's how I learned that High Times owner because I befriended, you know, a lot of the employees and Danny Danko, who was a fellow tribe member. And they loved my show. They loved what I was doing and loved what I was about. And they just told me I can use it. So I kept it.
Sweet. That works
Yeah.
out so well.
Yeah. And then me and my co-host, you know, everything always has an end. So when we split, I just started the Getting High With show.
Right.
I didn't want to keep the name of the podcast because that was like that show.
Totally. Yeah, I get it. I think that's a smart way.
And that was 2012.
12 that you started Getting High With?
Getting my solo show, yeah.
Yeah. And man,
And then
you've interviewed some that's where, you know, this is where some of these people come in, man. You've interviewed some incredible people, bro, over your tenure, man. Like, how does that feel, bro? Do you really sit and think about that? Because I got to be honest with you before you even answer, man. I don't have nearly the resume that you have. And when I have to sit and actually think about the people that I've sat and interviewed. You know, Tommy
Yeah,
Chong, Jay Chandrasekhar from Super Troopers.
yeah,
And the list goes on. And it's like
yeah.
it's pretty amazing. People would kill to have this opportunity. How does that feel?
It's, you know, I'm very fortunate and grateful for the people I've met and the connections that I have. Being in LA is a very is a bonus. You know, I'm very lucky to be out here because everyone's out here. But you know, I've had some big stoner boner moments in my life. Stoner boner moments are like those moments when you're like, you know, 14, 15, smoking weed, talking about, oh, I'm going to have my own weed
Yep.
strain. I'm going to be on the cover of High Times. I'm going to smoke with Snoop Dogg. You know, all those, I'm going to get high with Willie Nelson. And when you live those moments, you're like, oh shit, this is really happening. Uh, you know, I've won awards for the cannabis I've put my face on. I've hosted some epic ass cannabis events. You know, the Two Chains video I did
Bro.
was probably one of the most viral videos I've ever done.
And that's a
Uh,
huge one, man. The most
yeah,
and if people don't know, that's the most expensivest. And
yeah,
you were on that episode, and that fuck, man, that had to have been amazing.
yeah. Shout out to Dr. Dina. She hooked me up with that position. But you know, I want to give a good representation of what the cannabis culture was. And I was like super wook then. I was like, oh, dabs only. I barely smoked weed. You know, there was a time in my life where I was only doing concentrates. Uh, so it was a good time. We had a bunch of heady glass and a bunch of crazy push before it was what it is now. And you know, it was a great moment. I've interviewed some crazy people, dude, and I still I still can't believe the life I'm living. And you know, there's still so much more for me to do, and I feel like I haven't done anything because I'm always so driven to do more. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a lot, bro. You know, I go hard on myself too because I'm just like everyone else. I'll be looking at other things. I'm like, damn, you know, the fuck, blah blah blah. Blah.
Hmm.
But then I'm like, yo, I'm doing the same exact shit. Like, why am I getting upset right now?
Right.
So I could see how hard it could be. That's why, like, social media is just it's like a necessary evil that we need. And if I could live a life of like have a stable life without relying on social media or any type of content to get paid, I'd love it because you know I've done it for way too long and it's just I'm just burnt, dude.
I feel you. I feel you.
I'm burnt.
I feel you. I feel you. Well, and the reality is too, man. I got to be honest with you. It's like like a lot of people don't remember those that have really kind of trekked the path before, you know? And it's
Yeah, the
like
pioneers don't ever get recognized.
pioneers. They don't get,
Yeah,
yeah, man. And that's
yeah,
fucking frustrating, bro. When like well, at least like I know you won't say it, but it is frustrating. The reality is like I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't be here, but the path wouldn't have been in the direction that I was headed had guys like you not been in a position to be able to do this. Sitting in a radio station in LA in 2002, whatever that was, 2001, being the
yeah.
weed guy,
Talk about weed.
being
Yeah,
the blunt of the jokes, no pun,
yeah.
a pun intended. Having to persevere, having to be the no, yeah, I am the weed guy. Not only the weed guy, I'm going to own it. I'm higher than you. So it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
takes a
It's
lot, bro. That takes a lot, man. And to then not only to take that kind of criticism or that kind of perspective, and then capitalize on it, bro. Turn it into a name, turn it into a brand, turn it into a career, if you will.
I'm one of the first to put my face on a jar of weed and sell it. You know,
That's crazy, man.
before like any like super celebrity or anything, I was putting my face on weed strains and I was out here just, you know, I was smoking blunts in 7-Eleven on MySpace, you know? So it's like, it's cool. I love seeing how accepted cannabis is now and how many more people are in it. But it's just like the industry is. I love weed, but I just don't like what the industry is now. And there's so many just toxic people in the community, and they just like are so cultish, you know. And it's just kind of gross, and it's like a turnoff.
Yeah, and you know what? But okay, yeah. You and I have kind of talked about this in person before, but do you feel as if there's like a changing of tide? Because I feel right now the leaders are the Chad Bradwicks, are the ones with money, no class, no culture, no roots to the community, and they're the ones that are dictating what weed hits the streets, what flavor, if at all, is available, and I feel like
So yeah,
I feel like they've dominated for so long. The legalization. I feel like we had culture, we had community, we had this feeling
yeah,
of unity,
community. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it's changed based on where how the legalization has happened. But do you think we're gonna have a shift? Do you see a shift?
So you're right. Like it used to be community, turned into industry with a lot of egos, and now I feel like it's a circus because it's full of clowns, and there's a lot of people in the space that aren't that don't even consume cannabis. It's just numbers to them. What grows the fastest? What yields the most? What is people and what do we grow? And that's why there's just so much purple candy out there because they think that's what people want. That's what they think people like, and that's what people are being forced, and they think that's what's good. And no one really has an option to like try anything else because they're just like, oh, candy, purple, that's what we want. But I've been on the make green weed great again because I love real weed, and I'm not like a hype boy and follow what everyone else is doing. I like my hazes and my OGs. I like my diesels and my sours, and I love a Kush. Like we need more Kushes out here. There's just not enough Kush that's being grown anymore, and a lot of these grows are taking investors that just want to see results and don't really care about product. They care about numbers. It's all fucking numbers to them.
Numbers,
So
numbers,
that's
and
why
it's
there
two
isn't.
numbers right now. It's THC and CBD. That's the only. Well, in CBD is barely a conversation if you want to even get into it. It's THC and just profit. Those are your
I mean,
numbers.
look, people are buying shit based on percentages.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Like
crazy
that
to me.
means nothing. That
That's
means
crazy
nothing.
to me. Yeah,
It
that
means
means
nothing.
nothing. That means nothing, bro. And as a grower, I honestly, it pains me that I I completely disagree with the sentiment of make green weed great again because I hate what they've done to colorful weed, bro. I hate what they've done
Yeah.
to it because this isn't your argument. This is what they've done to pretty weed. This is what they've done to colorful weed. And that is so frustrating to me because as a northern grower, 75 to 8, I can turn any weed, your Kush, your Diesel, I can turn them out. I can turn them all
Purple.
purple. Yeah, I can turn them all
Yeah.
purple. And
Make the room cold.
that's it. That's really it. That's it. And it's just the environment.
Just freeze up the room.
Yeah. I'm in northern Canada, man, and central Canada, and
I'm sorry.
it. No, it's okay. It's okay. I love it. I apologize for you being in the valley. The thing is that he's like, no, no, no.
Listen,
The,
I get it. It's very. I have like 5 million people in my town.
yeah, and I got under 1,000. Well, we're cracking
Yeah.
1,000. We don't have any streetlights though.
1200.
We got 1,200. 1,200. I
We
know.
got we got two stop signs.
Yeah. Oh, I got a lot of stop signs. We got a lot of stop.
How many street lights do you have?
Zero. I have zero streetlights. Yeah. The biggest building is the grain elevator.
How big's the biggest building?
Well, the biggest building is a grain elevator, and it's probably about 40, 50 feet up, 60 feet.
Five floors, 6 floors.
Yeah, at most. Yep.
Full of grain.
Yeah, full of grain. Yeah, with a little catwalk.
What do you mean green?
Grain, like wheat.
Oh, it's not a building. It's just a fucking wheat tower.
Yeah, well, it's a silo. It's a silo. Sorry, it's the lingo here that's disconnecting us. Yeah, it's a grain silo, so it's a big steel.
Oh, okay,
silver
okay. So
building.
it's like a farm shit.
Yeah, from Wizard of Oz, the Tin Man, his head.
No, I know. Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I know what that is.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
That's it. That's
we
the
got
tallest
some of
building.
those.
Yeah, you
We got some of those by the beer factories and shit, like Anheuser Busch or whatever.
Yep,
Yeah.
but that's the tallest building. And that's where we're at. Yeah, it's where we're at.
It's not even a building though. That's like a fucking.
Well, in fact, there is an office inside of it somewhere in the bottom area.
Is a silo considered a building? Hey Siri.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You have to ask the guy who
Is-
has the biggest building as a silo in his town. That's really who answers that question.
But is a silo
just kidding.
considered a building?
Well, what would it be considered as then?
It's a container.
A storage facility.
Sure,
Hey
but
Siri,
would that not be a building?
is a silo considered a building?
It's a structure.
A silo is a building. Okay.
Oh shit. Okay. All
You're
right.
right.
I was really expecting that to go in left field. I didn't expect it to come back as building.
There's building codes for it, so yes.
Oh, building codes. Of course there would be. Of course. People die in those things, bro.
Chill.
Yeah, there has to be codes, man. Because you can get sucked in. Like, it's a common thing out here, bro. Not to mention, have you ever seen, like, grain explode?
Stop. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
bro,
right
it's
now?
dangerous.
The dust.
The the ethanol in the air. I think when the dust comes up, yeah, I've seen massive grain explosions. Yeah, it's a thing.
What,
Yep.
it just gets fermented or what? It's
Nah,
like,
it's just the.
because do they make vodka out of grain?
Oh, probably they make a lot of shit out of grain.
Vodka's potatoes, I think.
Vodka's potatoes.
There's a lot of vodka variants.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea. Honestly, I'm pretty sure wheat is like the base of fucking everything we have out here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, you live in like the middle of nowhere, huh?
The definition of the
Middle of
middle of
nowhere?
nowhere. Yeah.
You got like one general store.
I guess we have a grocery store and we have a gas station.
That's
this is
it.
this is why when you say you're a valley dude, bro, I could never tell anyone where I live. It would take someone 6 minutes to figure out where my house is.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's like it is what it is, right? So yeah. Small town life though, man. So that I don't even know how the hell we got over here. We were talking about flowers and purple weed and then growing
Sorry.
building. No, I don't.
I have.
I don't know. I was like, how the hell do I recover from this? We were talking building structures and stuff. That was good. The silos, and you have silos.
Yeah,
Here we go.
we have a couple.
You did a marathon too, bro. This is something I'm very proud of you of. Very proud of you.
I did. I did.
Not only did it. Wait a second. It wasn't you. It was Adam the Third. I'm just getting this from my control room. Adam the Third did a marathon. Oh, you stole his medals.
Nice.
Great. Oh, great. No.
Yes.
Tell us about that, bro. Look at you, animal. What was that for?
Bucket list.
The bucket list. Yeah, good.
I was just going through some shit, and I just didn't know what I wanted, and my 40th birthday was coming up, and the marathon happened to be on my 40th birthday, in LA.
Yep.
And I was like, as a kid, I was like, I'm gonna run the marathon one day, not knowing what the marathon really is. So I just decided to run the marathon. I was like, I'm just gonna run it, but I'm gonna do it while I'm high. I'm gonna live stream it, and I did it. I started. All right, so like my mom passed away in November of 2021, and after that, no, in November 2022, right? And then after that, I was just like, it was just unexpected, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on, and I just started like Forrest Gump, dude. I just started running, right? I just started running, and then I decided I'm gonna do the marathon. So I started training for the marathon on January 1st, 2023, and I just started running every day. I'm like, I'm just gonna do the marathon, and 2.5 months of training, I did it, and I held a fucking gimbal the whole time with my phone. And I had a little earpiece, and I had a bunch of aliens beat me all around the track. So I like the 420 mile marker, the 710, the 1130, the 18, the 24, whatever. So they all met me along the route, and every time I saw them, I stopped and I smoked weed, and I would chill for a second, and I would take like a joint, and I would keep running until the next one. And it was a good moment. I made TMZ, bro. Didn't even expect it, but organically got on TMZ.
TMZ. Didn't do a viral video. Didn't do a fucking dance. Didn't meme nothing. Legitimately runs a marathon and gets the attention and the credit he deserves for it. That is gorgeous, man.
Well,
Congratulations, brother.
It's not
Congratulations.
gorgeous. It's a fucking. I ran 26
No,
miles and I got a
you're
super medal.
gorgeous.
Oh.
The way you hold it up and the way it's around your neck, I think that's fair to say.
Hey, you just ran 26.2 miles. How many? What is that? Like 40 kilometers? What do you guys do in Canada? Are you guys?
Kilometers.
Yeah, it's like 1 point. Yeah, I think it's like 1.6. So you're.
So what is that? What is
1
that?
mile is 1.6. What was you did 40 miles?
No, 26.
26 miles.
Hey Siri. What's 26?
Oh, yeah, I hear
miles in
typing.
Kilometers.
41.8.
32.19. Oh, I'm sorry. Mrs. P's better than me. She didn't hear me.
41.8 kilometers.
That's pretty good.
Insane.
That's pretty damn good, brother. And my favorite part, other than the fact watching you strut your thing, was seeing your community out there, man. You said it, your aliens, man. I was watching on the live stream. I tuned in, bro, and I really enjoyed that. Along the way, there was people out there cheering your name, giving you the motivation, like that. That to me would have been like just the ultimate feeling that people don't. Not only do people believe in the things that you're saying and the mission that we have, but they believe in you, bro. They could be anywhere in the world and they chose to be hanging out on the side of the road while you're running. I think that's pretty fucking epic, man.
Yeah, no, I
Congrats.
really appreciated them. Yeah, it's a lot because the roads are all closed, traffic is fucked. So I know they went through a lot of shit to be there, and I thank them all the time. And when I see them, because they help me make history, like 1% of the world's population has completed a marathon. 1% of the world's population has ran 40 plus kilometers, right? So now, out of that 1% of the world's population, how many of them did it while consuming cannabis the whole time? I'll tell you, one person.
Yeah.
One. So whatever that percentage is who I am and who my community helps me be and who we are. So we are that special group in the fucking world to accomplish tasks that not the average person can do, and we do it while consuming this great plant that is here that a lot of people are taking advantage of and who putting a negative stigma on and who just have so much hate for and try to tax us and put us in jail for something that was given to us. If it's not God, an alien, a different being, whatever species brought this plant to our society and let us enjoy it, thank you, because I don't know if I would have ran the marathon if I wasn't smoking weed, bro. I was looking forward to those moments of getting high. So when I'm at like mile fucking 14 and I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? I'm a fucking idiot. Why did I agree to this? This shit sucks. And I'm just running and I'm like, oh, my boys are going to be in like 2 more miles. I got this shit.
Yes.
And then I would just like smile and I'd be live streaming and we'd be talking shit. And then like I would just get to it and then I'd feel a lot better, get that little relief and just keep pushing, bro.
You could have kept going? Do you think you could have kept going or were you dead?
I was like such on autopilot at that moment. Like when you're already 20 plus miles, bro, like what if I'm at 26, what's another 2 miles?
Right.
Like
Right.
I don't know. I've never ran until I passed out and couldn't run anymore. But like I'll tell you the next day I was fucking feeling it for sure. The next day,
How
the
was
next
it?
2 days, recovery was tough. I had toenails that fell off. You know
for
what I'm
real?
saying?
It was that
My
bad?
legs were super tight. Oh, yo, have you ever heard of nipple chafing?
Oh, yeah, I've
Oh,
heard
this
of
is
it.
a serious thing,
I
dude.
might have
Yeah,
had one
no.
time.
I mean, I had to put nipple tape. I didn't learn about nipple chafing until I was training for the marathon.
Oh,
bro.
for real? So you had to wear nipple tape while you were running the whole time?
Oh yeah. My
Okay.
chat. I had my chat. My community. My chat. My community really helped me. They. I had a little marathon wish list on Amazon, so they got me like nipple covers, and they got me like a body tape, and
smart.
I rubbed RSO all over my joints so I wouldn't get sore during the fucking race. They got me, a whole bunch of shit, dude. The gimbal, it was great. They really came through for me.
That's fucking amazing, man. I'm so glad to
Hey,
hear
and
that.
shout out to your chat, dude. Shout out to everyone in chat. I have the chat open. I see all the positive words, dude. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you guys for the words. Y'all are actually getting to know me. A lot of people just speculate who I am from a 15-second video. and y'all are actually here like talking and chilling. So I
Yeah.
really appreciate y'all for giving me your time and chilling and learning about what we are learning about who I am. Hold on, let me where we.
No, do your thing, man. No, you know
No, no,
what?
I'm right here. I just have to
Yep.
reach. I just have
Hey,
to be able
brother,
to.
I appreciate you coming, man. You and I have sat down and chilled and talked. We sat in L.A. and we talked, and the first time when we sat at the
Gold Bong.
you had the Golden Bong Awards, but we were
Oh
doing
yeah, yeah.
we were
I
at the
hosted
High Rise house, the High Rise
fucking-
boys. Derek had invited us over, and
I hosted that weird ass event, the Jack Hare Awards, or Golden Bong Awards, or whatever
yeah,
the fuck that
whatever
dude
it was,
promised.
doesn't matter. You did your thing.
Yeah, no,
man,
but
you
it
know?
was a cool venue.
But it was
Yeah,
the
yeah, chill.
conversation that we had just chilling, bro. I don't associate with I also have, and maybe this is a small town thing, but I also have the thought that my opinion is my opinion. I don't care whether you accept it or not. Like I feel that I would love to share it with you, you know, but whether you accept it or whether someone on random person on the internet accepts my opinion, I honestly don't care. And but I'm very opinionated about things. The way we do things out here in the middle of nowhere is much different than the way things happen in other places of the world. Let's just put it that way. And so often I get to point my finger and laugh at the people that think that they're real, and you can see right through it. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, when you've spent as much time outside, alone, by yourself, you know, and that's something that, like, as a person coming from rural Canada does. That you have to entertain yourself. We did, you know, you don't have always everything. You don't always have the best cable or internet. You don't always have the best phone line or telephone service. So you got to entertain yourself, bro. And
You don't have the clubs, you don't have the restaurants, you don't have the high, you don't have
Nope.
the motherfucking views.
Nope.
You
We
don't
got
have
the
that-
well,
that
we got the
muse-
well, we got the views. It's
You
very
don't have the
beautiful.
museums.
It's
You don't
very
have the
beautiful.
motherfucking.
No, we ain't got no museums.
The architecture of like the old city
No.
downtown.
No,
Yeah.
we don't have any of that. So we and I will argue though that we have a lot of some of the other things you mentioned. Like we have a view. It's beautiful here. People underestimate. People say there's
No,
nothing
I would
to
love
see.
to come out there
Yeah,
and just
you're
be bored.
Always welcome. Actually, as a matter of fact, I brought the boys out here. I brought Chris and Rob out here, and we spent
Oh,
5
yeah.
hours on a lake or on a creek, following a stream on kayaks and just getting drunk and
loved
tripping
it.
on mushrooms, bro. And I think you
Yeah.
would too. I think you would too. You're a nature guy. I see you hiking up in the hills all the time.
I listen. I'm like a glamper. Okay.
Me too.
I need. Yeah. I can't go just out wild. I need some type of like give me the RV and treat me like a queen. You know. But
That's fair. And I got nothing against that, bro. I got nothing against.
no,
'cause
my friend
I'll meet you
had a lake
halfway.
house. Yeah, my friend had a lake house. It was on a lake, and then it was ATVs. So I had a blast. Like we would go on the lake, jet skis, and like kneeboard and all that, all the extreme
Yeah, we
water
got all
shit.
that.
And then we would go on the ATVs and go hit the fucking dunes and ride off roading and shit. That shit was great. I loved it. It was the middle of nowhere. We just had fun in nature, playing with like adult toys. When I say adult toys, I mean like RVs and guns and shit, not like motherfucking. I gotta be careful. I'm in LA and a lot of Diddy talk is going
That's
on.
right.
So I gotta
Well,
be,
when
I gotta
you and
chill.
I were in LA, I was saying things I didn't realize I wasn't allowed to say, bro. You were remember? This was just like last month. I was throwing words out. I'm not saying them now because you kind of informed me.
No, what were they?
I'm not saying.
Come on, you were comfortable to say them before. Why
But
would you
then you
comfortable saying
inform
now?
me that you inform me that people don't say that, and I'm not allowed to say that.
What
anymore.
is like? What can you remind me, please?
Yes. I referred to people as.
Okay, yeah. No, retarded.
Yeah,
I'll say it
retarded.
for
We
you.
say that all the
Yeah, I'll say
time.
it for you.
Say that.
We say that all the time. And
No, I used to say that growing up.
Oh.
Like you can't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Shit's changed. Like, when I was growing up, we would, on the playground is where we would be making like yo mama jokes and just having like, just clowning each other, but it was all fun. It was love, and you would just accept it because that's how
Yeah.
it was. That's how you knew who your friends were. Because you would now if you try doing that shit, like you're fucking insensitive and you're a bully and you're gonna get fucking arrested or have
right.
to go to some treatment.
see
or some
that
shit. Like,
that shit really doesn't exist. Like it does, but when you get this far out, man, like that doesn't happen out here, man. It's survival of the fittest, bro. And
bro, they changed Columbus Day to Indigenous Day.
well, see, you're talking to the wrong guy when you bring up Indigenous guy, because now we're in Canada, or Indigenous
Yeah.
Day, because we're in Canada, and
Yeah.
and we are a population of three nations. You've got the English speaking, the French speaking, and your indigenous nations. So
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of get that, but I don't.
I mean, we're on the
understand.
same continent. We're on the same continent.
Of
So we
course.
had the
We have the
natives
same
on this.
thing. You just don't have the
The
French.
same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the French
It's
didn't
just
come.
it's just. I think the French were up there. We had the UK was down here. You
Yeah,
guys had
we
the
had
French.
both. We see that's the thing
Yeah.
is UK came, conquered America. UK and France came here and didn't conquer North America. We just wrote legal contracts with the indigenous people, and the English and the French just wrote contracts. And because it's a legal contract, like I have to ask you, bro, if you had a contract with your neighbor and 100 years goes by, is that contract null? Is it void?
What are the limitations to the contract?
Because
Is there anything to
there
say?
was no limitations, brother.
Then I guess it lasts forever.
That's the way a lot of
That's-
people
I guess-
feel, brother. That's the way a lot
I
of
guess it
people.
lasts forever, bro.
So it's
I
like
mean, if there was no like I mean, look, we still go on the Constitution out here that was written by fucking 20-year-olds in the 1700s,
Yeah.
and we still go by that shit. Times have changed dramatically in 200 years in this country, and why the fuck are we still going by this archaic rule that these fucking 20-year-old fucks did that came and just colonized this whole country? Motherfuckers talking about colonizing, like what the fuck? This whole world's been colonized. Like,
that's
what are we
it,
talking
man.
about?
That's
There-
it.
There's like I see Jesus churches in the middle of islands. Like I'm on Google Earth a lot. I stream. I do a lot of bullshit,
Good.
and I be finding like random ass lands that no one has heard of and little pieces on this planet. And there's always a church there, bro. I'm like, how the fuck do they know about Jesus? How did Jesus make it to this little? These fools were out here just preaching Jesus to everybody, bro. Just changing everyone's life, everyone's culture, everyone's belief. It's crazy.
That's a really good point. What is your, if you don't mind me asking, what is your religious? I know that you're a Jewish man, if I may.
I was born Jewish. Yeah, yeah.
Do you
I
still?
don't practice any.
You don't.
I don't practice any. I don't practice. I just want to, provide just positive entertainment and happiness to this world.
Do you have any like worldly beliefs of any kind? Or
I mean, I have a lot of theories on who we are and how we got here. And I mean, I just feel religion what is just a way to control populations, and just the basis of most religions is to be a good person, be good and love your neighbor, don't do stupid shit. That's like the basis of religions. But with time, people start spreading. We all know it. Even within this industry, you can see people just have different opinions and they just form sides and cults. So with cultures, with nations, with countries, people have that. And with evolution, it grows, it changes, and then people have their opinions on what they feel. We're all the same. We all bleed fucking blood, that red blood. We all have we're all the same fucking machine. Everyone just has different beliefs, and it's just how they control it. They put fear into us because it's easier to control us with fear. And it's just a fucked up way of living right now. And hopefully, the vibes and the energy of people's thoughts and the way people see things will change, and we'll be more loving towards each other instead of negative. Look, I made a post today on Instagram that went that was super controversial, bro. It caused so much engagement.
Yeah.
And I usually don't, this is how I know social media is just toxic, because I can post a positive post or something that I'm promoting, a product that I have or an event that's coming up, and it'll get like whatever, cool, a couple likes, a couple comments. But I state an opinion on something that's not popular because I don't follow the crowds and I have my own opinion and I like the way that I smoke. I'm a fucking hater, and everyone wants to voice their opinion and call me also. I mean, it was a good 50-50 ratio on that post, but everyone just wants to come at me, bro. Like, I'm the fucking devil when I can't even express how I feel. Where's freedom of speech? I can't just say like, yo, they're saying there's new products, but if these products have already been existing, and now a bunch of you guys are going to be so hype about it just because this brand is doing it. Like, that's all I said. It's just a fucking opinion.
That's fair. And that's because unfortunately, brother, the reason you've lasted so long is because of your honesty and authenticity. but that is not what gains the current clicks and the current short-term attention. What gains the short-term attention is the stuff
Hey,
that just fits the mold, brother. Okay, and so when you see these other I'm gonna say influencers for lack of a better word, only because but it's a horrible definition because we are one, and I hate that we get
I just content creators. I don't like the term
I know,
influencer.
I
I
know.
never liked
But the
that.
reality is that there's a lot of people in our space that are influencing that aren't creating content, bro.
What
And
do you how? What do you mean?
what anyone who's not anyone who's has an opinion who's not on YouTube creating videos. That's what I mean. There's an entire space.
I think content creation is a general term for anyone on TikTok, YouTube,
Sure,
Instagram,
that's okay. Okay,
whatever the
social
platform is.
media. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fair.
Because I don't think anyone is like it's not really influencing. We're more marketing. It's an advertising platform now. People get paid to promote products, so that's like advertising. So
But
you're creating commercials. Now basically this is just unique commercials. No one's watching TV anymore. Before when people would advertise products, they would buy a commercial on TV because everyone was watching the Friday night shows or the Saturday morning cartoons or the late night news or the big games, and then you create the content to get the advertisers to pay you so they can put their advertisements. So you create like radio. A lot of people don't listen to radio anymore. They don't even know what radio stations are, but you got to create the content on your radio station to keep people tuned in, and then you get the content for the marketing to sell because everything's a business. So now that most people's eyes are on phones, this is the new TV, this is the new radio, this is the new commercial. So now they're paying people to create. And what people do to create content is they want brands to get them and pay them because now they have a big view. Their view, they have a lot of eyes on them. So now brands are like, here, let me give you my product so your audience can see what I have. So you're not influencing anyone, you're just creating content to promote product or to promote who you are so you can get paid to promote product. And that's what everyone is. That's what low key. That's what we're doing. You guys got your shows. You got your sponsorships. They whoever relates to your show, if they're grow tents, if they're nutrients, if they're lights, because they know your audience is their demographic. Just like when I started podcasting in 2009, I learned all this in radio. How can I make money off what I'm making right now? Easy. I'll just go. Who's listening to my show? A bunch of stoners, a bunch of people who smoke weed. Who people who don't smoke weed are gonna listen to me talk about taking dabs and hitting fucking vaporizers and edibles. Like, what the fuck do they care? It's not something they consume. So now I'll go to dispensaries. I'll go to these brands. I'll be like, hey, I have 100,000 viewers listening to me talk about weed. Do you want me to talk about your product? Give me an eighth. I'll mention your shop. That eighth turns into an ounce. That ounce turns into money. Then I'm fucking figuring out how to monetize this section. This segment is brought to you by da da da. This camera, these phone calls are brought to you by. This is presented by, and then you start learning how to monetize your content,
here
and you're just creating content to get paid.
I totally
Sorry.
no, I totally agree with you. I actually totally agree with you, but hear me out. I also hate the definition of influencer.
Yes.
I also hate it because it's given such a negative connotation by those that have taken the definition and tried to run with it. But the reality is that we influence no matter what, because here we are with an audience, with a platform, and we have the ability to take on an agreement with a company to spread the word of their product. I know for a fact, and I can speak for both of us, that we get reached out by multiple companies. I know myself that I get reached out by at least a dozen companies a month that want a piece of this pie.
That's
But
right. Let me get it.
that's right. But there's a difference between taking the bag to spread the message and taking the bag to spread my message. And I have a message of community, culture, awareness, perpetuation of positivity, the plant as a whole. There's so much to be just just taken in regards to the people that just occupy this space, that I think I want to influence people to be, as you said, positive, to be appreciative, to give a nod to the ones before us.
Yeah, that's who you are. Yeah,
That's right.
that's what
right.
you want to put out there. Yeah.
But the reason you've lasted so long is because that's not what clicks, right? You can build a community, and you can. Well, sorry, I'm saying too much in one sentence. You've lasted so long because of your authenticity. You've been able to have a spot in this space and do the things that you've done because of the authenticity. You're not able to have 200, 300, a million followers on any given platform because you don't perpetuate the message. You perpetuate your message, which includes community, awareness, positivity, individuality, express yourself. That's not the message that big corporate or big platform wants to hear. That's not what Puffco wants to hear. They want you to say, this is the best product. This is a brand new release. Shut up. We did not release this 10 years ago, Adam. This is a brand new product. But they don't want that. So that's why they're not willing to send you $1,000, $500, $200, a free item, whatever it is. They're willing to.
I mean, look.
So
I used to work with Puffco. I was part of them when before they peaked. You know, the thing is, they're just trying to monopolize an industry, like a market in an industry and that's illegal. I mean, free market is what this country was built on. And if you have a similar product to theirs, they hate you and they exile you and they kick you out and you're not allowed in their cult con. And it's just like, I'm just going to express the way I feel about that shit. I'm going to say I work with many brands. I've worked with hundreds of brands that have come and gone. I've had relationships a lot. I've had relationships with these people before they even started their own company or before they were anything in the space. We were just session. Like I said, I'm in LA. This is like one of the epicenters of cannabis culture and strains. And the San Francisco, NorCal area would say it differently. Florida might have their opinion. East Coast, New York might have, but LA is
420 originated in Cali. So it's like the
is it Cali or was it San Leonardo where it originated in NorCal?
Cali, from a northern.
So California is really big.
Yes.
So we have like Los Angeles area, which is like SoCal. You have San Diego, which is very south, but then you have like LA, which is like, and then you have like San Francisco, the Bay Area, and they're like 5 hours north of Los Angeles.
Right. Right.
So they're their own culture. They're their own
That's fair. That's fair.
So they would say that they are, because that's like the big city next to you heard of Emerald Triangle?
Of course. Yep.
The Emerald Triangle is like hours north of San Francisco, but everyone from the Emerald Triangle would come down to the city to sell their shit. So that's why the Bay Area, Frisco, would say they are like the Mecca. But I'm from LA, so I'm going to be a little more biased. And I'm going to say LA is the Mecca because we are trendsetters as well. And, a lot of shit comes out of LA. But shout out to, NorCal as well. And the whole Emerald Triangle and Humboldt and Mendo and all the towns over there, bro.
Of course. And all playing a part, man. All playing a part because there's a lot of great growers coming out of that area, out of that triangle. We got the Mendo boys coming out of there. Mendo Dope boys coming out of there. I'm sure you're familiar.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, the whole cookie shit is coming from NorCal, the Bay Area.
Yep.
But we got the OGs and the Kushes and all the hype shit out here. Now we got, the motherfucking Backpack Boys who are like known worldwide now, and they started out here in LA. I knew them before they were the Backpack Boys. It's crazy.
That's wild.
Well, like, there's like a couple of people. It's just, a lot of these brands, they were just attendees at my events. Back in like 2014, 13. I would see them at the High Times Cups all around as just attendees. And now they own fucking some of the biggest brands in the cannabis space. So,
wild.
That's why it's funny to me when this younger generation comes in, like they're experts and they know everything just because they had access to like the internet to like experience everything. But we've been living it. They were swimming in their daddy's nutsack while we were already out here slanging sacks, you know? So
I know.
it's like,
I get like I 100% get it. I 100% get it. Well, I kind of get it. You've been in it longer than I have, but the reality is that the recognition isn't there, and it's like it's almost like once the money starts to influence, that the culture just goes to the wayside.
you got this new generation that their first experience with cannabis was a flavored vape pen in the bathroom of their school of some raspberry unicorn piss or whatever the fuck they're smoking, and they think that's what real weed is. So then when they get to real weed, they're like, what is this? This isn't weed. And then you show them something that's sprayed like candy and it looks like it's blue colored.
That's
They're like,
nasty
yeah,
shit.
that's what that reminds me that, and that's what they're fucking thinking is real weed and what is good weed. Then us old heads or us real smokers have to be like, yo, just so you know, that shit's not safe. That shit's sprayed. That shit added ingredients. And like, oh, what the fuck do you know? You're just a hater. You're like, all right, bro. Like, good luck. Like, this is just another wave in the space
Yes.
that probably won't last.
No.
But you
No,
know,
you're right.
there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of just hype beasts that are promoting just bullshit, dude. Just if you want to call them all influencers, are influencing people to smoke bullshit.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I see from the outside looking in, and I say that from a guy that's living in rural Canada. I do obviously have a podcast that's kind of not international, but international.
You are international because I'm in USA and you're in Canada, so we're in different countries. So technically, you're international.
Okay, fair enough. And so it's like
That's the P.
that's the T. You heard it here, folks. That's PMZ, baby.
Is that your wife laughing?
That's my wife. That's Mrs. P. Yeah, yeah. You
It's a good addition. It makes me feel good every time I hear someone laughing because I'm like, all right, cool. If someone's laughing, that means more than one person's laughing.
Oh, that's
I hope.
perfect.
The budget laugh track.
I actually,
yeah.
she's a butt. I'm pressing the button on the side here, and it's a female laugh every time. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
You're
good.
buying it.
Thank
That's
you.
great. No problem. It works for me all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the other half of the show. We, you guys met, I think, in the
In
Vegas,
Vegas.
At the
Vegas
Golden Bond,
Rockstar
yep.
Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside on the patio where we were smoking.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We shut that place down, bro. We shut that
I
place
remember.
down. That was a good time. That was a great time.
She wasn't out. She wasn't out here for the growers gauntlet, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, that'll be. I learned that's the last trip that I ever do without her. She's my manager, and
Yeah.
and I'm.
No, you need them.
Oh, whoa. Yes, I like to create. I'm the creative, and
Yeah.
dealing with scheduling.
Logistics. No,
Yeah.
logistics.
Yeah.
100%.
She does it very well. She's a pro. 100%.
I'm sure.
Your other half, how involved is she with the operation?
Not as much as she was.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of have a lot of responsibilities now. She works. She does her
Of
own
course.
shit.
Of course.
She got her own life. You know, she helped me in the beginning, helped me get, growing with me. And, I've just been doing so much shit. I've been working. It's just like kind of autopilot-ish,
Yeah, I get it. Do you have any form of representation?
No.
No? None? You do all?
No.
of- Fucking, you're an
It's
animal.
just, it's me.
You're an
I do
animal.
everything.
You're an
I
animal.
do everything, dude.
Jesus.
That's why I suck at everything, because I try to do it all.
What?
And it's, I don't have enough focus per thing. Like, I got my alcohol that I could probably be doing a lot more for that I don't. I got my MJ Arsenal rig out there that I could be probably promoting more that I don't. I got my LOG strain that's out that I could probably be doing a lot more that I don't. Got my weekly podcast that I do, that I produce and get the guests and, get all that research. I don't do the technical side on that, thank God, but that I do every week that I could probably be promoting more, but I don't. I got my shows coming
Brother,
up. I
you
got
it.
an album that I'm dropping in 11:30 that I haven't really promoted yet, and I got an event that I'm doing on 11:30 that I haven't promoted yet.
Brother.
My daily streams, my
Man.
social media.
Let me tell you, if I may,
What else?
I have my wife doing my management. She does all my scheduling, my interviews, literally all the
that's-
financing. She produces this show. I
Must
just
be nice. That's why the show's so good,
Yeah.
bro. This is professional.
thank you, brother.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I
You
just
know what it reminds me of?
go ahead. East
What was
Coast,
that? Is
West
that
Coast.
Johnny Bravo? The animated late night dude, Johnny
Bro,
Bravo,
fucking where's
and then
Rob?
he would have the TV where they would have his guests.
East Coast. Fuck. Come on, Rob. Where are you? It's something
Anyways,
West Coast. He tells me this. I'm
no, but yeah,
uncultured,
I
brother.
like it.
I'm
I like
uncultured.
the vibe.
It was
I
something
like the TV.
to
I'm on. Look,
coast to
mom, I'm on
coast, coast
TV.
to coast. What? Oh yeah, space ghost, coast to coast. That's what it is. You're on TV right now, brother. You're on TV. Yeah, yeah, bro. I love being able to produce my own show. You know what I mean? I love the ability to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not hindered by any program.
Space Ghost, coast to coast.
Yeah, yeah. Space ghost, coast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Favorite show of all time. I never missed an episode.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Um, fucking. Oh, fuck! You just said something, and I was gonna say something. Oh, the hiring, bro. Okay, so the wife does all my management. Okay, that's a bit much, but man, having like a publicist, like someone who can post your shit and regularly keep stuff up to date. I think you should definitely do that, man. I don't have that, but From the Stash has a team, and it's fucking amazing, bro. And it's amazing how well a well-oiled machine will work while you get to create, man.
Yeah, sounds great. It sounds like a great plan, but you know, my life doesn't have that.
I understand, and it's not easy, bro. It's not easy. I get it, man. But little things. The more because you're a creative, you're very outgoing, you're very outspoken. You have the ability to. You should have somebody relieving some of that stress, even if it's a member of your
Look,
community, bro. That was
you
just
you
like,
got a
hey,
good little audience here. Look, if anyone knows any
Knows a guy?
representation or management, and you're in the LA area and you want to work and you know, get paid off when I get paid because I have no money.
that's fair.
Yeah, let's run it, bro. Just I'll give you a cut of whatever you make me, dude. Book me, manage me,
Yep,
make it happen.
that's
I'm
how
in
it should
LA.
be.
DM me. Let me know. Look, I got personality.
Pretty
I'm
face.
chilling. I can run a marathon. I
Yep.
smoke more weed than you. I have a lot. Look. I just came back from New York. You see all this weed I got,
I
bro?
saw the haul, bro. That packaging. What did you think of the
I didn't even
packaging?
unbox it yet. I didn't even unbox it. It's all in here.
Holy.
That Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro, was fucking wicked.
Let me see if it survived the trip.
Man, you got a good
Oh,
haul
bro.
from it.
Oh, fuck. I
Uh-oh.
knew it was going to get crushed.
It didn't.
It's fixable. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, there it is.
That's awesome.
That looks
This is my
great.
first time opening it, dude.
It looks great. I love that, man. I love that.
Bro,
So
the weed's inside. You see the weed?
no.
Look, it's in the...
Oh,
I'll open it.
we're getting an unboxing right now.
Yeah, we're going to unbox this.
Let's fucking go. Stone Cold Steve Austin unboxing.
I can pay you in weed. What's up, Tyler? Hit me up. I got a lot of weed, bro. I got you all day.
Yeah, but you got to be able. You got to be efficient, effective. You got to communicate well, and you got to fucking
Send me your
book a lot of
resume.
shit. Yeah. But for real though, man, honestly, your community is full of incredible people and talent. Oh, okay, I get it. I didn't see the bag, bro. Yeah. So what child? Explain to me, Adam. What 11-year-old child is picking that up and going, yeah, suck it, suck
What?
it,
What?
and going, I need
Congress-
to smoke that. To me, that's just
Yeah.
very well crafted packaging, very well branded.
It made me buy it.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you did buy it even? So it worked. It fucking
Well, man, I
worked.
paid. Listen. I know we get a lot of free weed. I get it.
I
get
buy
free
weed.
all the time.
Hey, I buy weed. No
But
shame.
I like supporting brands. You know, people. This is people's livelihood. This is how they pay their bills. So I'll help support. And sometimes, you know, I don't know if I'll smoke this weed, but sometimes I, you know, get a lot of weed that I just particularly wouldn't consume. You know, we have a different palate. We're a different type of smoker, and I appreciate all the free stuff I get. I really do. But if it's something that I'm not going to consume, like I don't really smoke distillate carts. I don't eat many edibles. You know, I don't do a lot of these hallucinogens that I get. You know, I'll do some, and I'll re-gift them for sure. I'll give them to other people to enjoy them. But sometimes when I want to smoke what I want to smoke, I'll go and buy it because I know what I like.
Yes.
And I don't always have access to stuff I like when I'm giving it for free all the time. And I appreciate all the stuff I get because I get some awesome weed that's free. But sometimes I want something like a little sour, hazy, tart that no one really has because I'm
Sure.
just getting a lot of candies.
That's fair. I get it. I'm the same way, bro. I just picked up a bunch of like just nasty, stanky, disgusting, footy, armpity, will send people going the other way, farts at night kind of weed. And I love it. That's the shit I like.
I'm sorry, internet warrior. We're not talking about gross stuff. I know this is like a gross show. I'm
No,
just
it
talking
isn't.
about culture and weed, dude.
No, it isn't.
But
We
I
don't talk.
appreciate
We actually
you.
don't talk grow here at all. Actually, that's funny.
Oh, okay, nice, even
no,
better. Yeah,
no,
I saw
this
you
is-
went off a little bit earlier. I kind of tuned in a little bit. You were talking about some topical shit. And shout out to Liger, bro. That kid is wild. I don't know if he likes
Isn't
me
he
or hates
killing
me.
it? Isn't he killing it, man? I've been talking for fucking years. Rob and I shoot the shit all the time, and the fact that we're waiting for that like TMZ reporting for the cannabis space, bro. I love that shit.
Yeah,
I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful branding.
people try it.
Yeah, it got your attention, right? So it works.
Ravioli.
What does it say? Ravioli?
Yeah.
It's ravioli,
it's,
dude.
It's a okay, I get it now. I see it. Yeah, yeah. I love it. See in Canada.
Bro, their display, they just had a bunch of plates on the table and one bag on each plate of their strains. So it looked like one ravioli on a plate.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. That's great branding. Yeah, I love this, man. Yeah, I love this. See, in Canada, you can't have any of this, man. The
fucking-
space of your logo is only about the size of an inch, a square inch.
All right. You guys want to trip out? All right, chat, check it. I know we're talking about some wild shit, but look at this one, dude. Look at this one. What is it?
Oh, from Mario Brothers, like a cube, like
Yeah.
the.
Oh my god.
Look, dude. What do you think this is, bro?
I think it's a marshmallow cube from
Mushroom.
Mushroom. She's right. Listen to your
Yeah,
listen to your
mushroom.
wife,
It's
dude.
a mushroom.
Yeah, from what? Yeah, I said that already. But what's the
All right, but
Mario
look,
Brothers?
look.
Yeah, yeah.
Look.
Oh,
my
it's a
God.
grinder.
No, it's just a container. That's
Oh,
awesome.
a container of weed. See, I
Oh,
love.
this is how
I love
this is
it.
how their weed. This is how their weed comes.
Yes, that's awesome. So, how much did you? How much?
Mario
did it,
Kart.
how much
what?
did it cost? Are you paying for the branding or are you paying for the weed?
What are you paying for, bro?
That's my
You want
question.
some? Which bag do you want your fucking lemon cherry gelato in? All right, because that's what everyone's
I'll
smoking.
be straight honest with you, brother. I will take my lemon cherry gelato in a fucking cigarette tinfoil package that somebody grabbed and wrapped up in the last minute and said, "Here, brother, I need you to have this and you need to run with it as fast as you can." So the packaging for me, coming from middle of nowhere redneck Canada, means nothing to me because we used
Bro,
to
look at this.
jam as much as we could into a little plastic bag and stick it into our Rockaware jeans from Randy River back in the day. So yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. I came from Ziploc bags and fucking hiding
Yeah.
that shit,
Yeah.
and now this is what it is.
If I had to choose, but again, it's the same thing with our nutrient. I'm a grower, bro, and we've got companies in our space that just brand. They just put beautiful women on their packaging with flashy pictures and stuff. But you're spending $70 a bottle on nutrients rather than $29.99 or $15.99, whatever, because that branding costs something. So I'm just curious, how much of the money did you lose to the branding versus the weed?
I mean, that's subjective.
I disagree.
Yeah, but I'd reuse that mushroom container for the rest of my life for various things.
That's fair.
Look, people come into my shop all the time. They'll spend $85 on an eighth
In the valley, 85
in
bucks.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
In
okay.
Hollywood.
That's fair. And,
We
and
have-
don't get me wrong, that happens here. I'm not saying that doesn't happen
I'm saying,
here. But for
There's also
85
people that
bucks, it
come in my
better be
shop.
good.
There's also people that come in the shop and buy an eighth for $20.
Right. I would just
What's the
hope
difference?
nothing. I would hope that for 20 or 80, it's good. That's all.
It's you're paying for what you can afford. A lot of people don't even know what's good. They're just paying for what they.
No, I
People
know,
still smoke
and you're
stick-
right. You're right,
People
and
still
I'm not
smoke
thinking.
sticky cards. People still smoke distillate.
And I'm not thinking about
People still
the
get
average
distillate
consumer.
edibles.
Right. I'm not
Yeah.
thinking in the mind of an average consumer. I'm thinking of somebody who
Yeah.
enjoys good weed. Yeah.
No,
Yep.
you gotta.
Yep.
They don't. This isn't for the niche
get it.
audience, bro.
Oh,
This
I
is
get it.
general. This is street. This is black market street motherfucking. This is what we selling right now.
Yep.
Look at this shit. Like
Yep.
a Halloween
Is that
edition.
Chucky?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
It's
Yeah, I
called Good
love it. Don't
Gas.
get me wrong. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I wish we could do that up here. I would just hope it doesn't, versus, I hope it's not $10 weed for $40 just because of the package. That's all.
All of it is rebranded candy.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right.
It's
right.
all some
right.
sort of
That's my
lemon
fear.
cherry gelato, rainbow sherbet, fucking whatever. That's what it is.
Of course.
That's all
Yep.
these things.
Yep. That's what most
It-
things are these days.
Unless they tell you otherwise. But that's what most of them are.
Well, it
And
was a
now
good
it's just
haul.
now it's like, how do you stand out? How do you stand out
Yep.
from everyone else
Yep.
with
You're
the
right.
same weed? Because not everyone grows weed.
You're
you
right.
got to remember.
Yep.
There's a
You're
lot
right.
of a lot of people out here
No,
that
a
don't
lot
even know how to
less.
grow it. All they do is source it. They'll go to a grower and buy 10 of their pounds and put it in this packaging and sell it as their brand.
Yep.
White labeling. It happens all the time. Some of the biggest brands out here just source all their weed from big grows. And if you look at the packaging, and I saw you talk about a little subject earlier. There's this one company on the internet that provides bunk ass weed for a lot of your influencers that they white label and call it their own type of weed, and they push it out there. There's no quality control. There's no one that they don't really know what the weed looks like because it's a big facility that's just pushing shit out with their bag on it, and it's just this one. They're just paying them a check just to use their likeness. No quality control.
No. And that's
None.
obvious. It's already happened in regards to moldy product getting sent out in a giveaway. Yeah.
And now with like testing, it's making everyone like more educated about what's going on.
Yeah.
So now you got all these brands that just have this weed that they source from all the same facilities, and they're like, all right, how are we gonna stand out?
How do we stand out?
And then you got guys like this.
Hey. Wait, is that you or is that somebody just copying you?
Oh, this is my new packaging. For my
Okay,
weed.
all right. Yay, let's go then. Let's go. I was hoping you didn't go to New York and found that on a table somewhere.
If that happened,
Well, you gotta
yeah,
be-
I would have been so stoked if that
Yes,
happened because
okay. I
that
would've
means
said the same
I'm relevant as fuck.
You're damn right. I would have said the same thing, bro. Mr. Beast was asked in an interview. They said somebody was just taking his shit and just reposting it, and he was pissed originally. But then one of his people said, "Why? It's your face. They're just posting it. So they're who are they getting attached to? You. So don't worry about it." So, yeah, if you're relevant enough,
Look,
somebody's
when
gonna want to copy it.
Yeah, when I found counterfeit products when I was like, this is pre-legalization, in downtown they had like a bunch of fake products and people using my logo, my face, the fucking face logo, and they were putting on edibles and vape carts and all sorts of shit. And it was like such a bittersweet moment in my life because I'm like, at one moment I'm like, the fuck, these motherfuckers using my likeness, they're putting bullshit in this. I don't know who's gonna get sick. I don't know if they're profiting. I don't know what the fuck they're putting in this shit. Like, this is a bad representation of whatever the fuck is in here because this isn't anything that I would consume. And then at the same time, I'm like, I'm fucking relevant enough to where motherfuckers are making money
Yeah.
off my likeness. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a regular ass dude from a fucking valley in LA, just some cul-de-sac kid who just loves weed and just followed my passion, and now motherfuckers are using my logo to fucking make fake weed. Like, this is fucking awesome.
Yes.
Like, what world are we
You
living in?
made it, bro.
So yeah. So it was just like that bittersweet
get it.
moment, and I was like, it's inevitable. If you're successful, there's always gonna be copies. We've all dealt with the fake Instagram profiles. I don't know if that shit still happens, but people will use your
Of course it
your face,
Yeah.
your pictures, claim it's you, and then like scam people for money, saying
Yeah.
that you're selling them
Happens
weed.
all the time. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
I get it all the time. It's unfortunate. What's worse is people that fall for that shit. Like, fuck, I'm just like, they told me to send $150 and I'm like, fuck. It's
Bro,
pigeons
I had people send me
427-999_8888. It's like fuck.
I had people send me DMs of their messages with
Yeah.
this fake account sending their like thousands of dollars for products.
Yep.
And I'm like, why would you think you're talking to me? You're talking to me now. Why
Right.
wouldn't you hit me up before sending thousands of
Right.
dollars? And
I'm
now you want me
live.
to reimburse you for you getting screwed for believing someone was me? Get the fuck out of here.
Not a
bro.
chance. Not a chance. Right. I'm live
Like,
every night.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm
come
so-
talk
yeah.
to me. Come talk to me. Yeah, I know.
You can find me.
it's
We're not
tough.
hard to have access to,
No,
dude.
no,
Like,
bro.
get the fuck out of here.
Man, you and I could go on all fucking night, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Sorry, I talk a lot.
No, and I love it, man. I love it. I've always wanted to turn this into a much longer show than it is, but I only pay my wife so much, you know.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
no, yeah. She's hungry. You gotta pee.
I gotta. It's me. I gotta piss so bad. Adam, real quick, brother. If anyone wanted to reach out, I know you got alcohol, anything, brother. If anyone could wanted to get a hold of you, where could they go and where are you?
I'm here, right here, chilling.
And I'm so
With
glad you
fucking-
could be anywhere.
With
and here you
Pigeons
are.
420. I highest host on Twitch and Kick, and I'm getting high with on X, Twitter. What do you call it? Twitter or X?
It's Twitter. Fuck. It's Twitter X.
I
Like I
like
say
the-
Twitter, but like everyone else, I have to say X afterwards. I say
Do we
X,
still call them?
and then I have to say Twitter afterwards.
Do we still call them tweets?
Yeah.
Then it's Twitter.
That's how I'm at. That's where I'm at. Like I can't. I started. I did a full year, bro. I did a year of trying to call it just X, but I couldn't get over it.
Yeah,
So I switched.
I feel like it's drugs when I say X.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Hey,
like an
hey,
ex-girlfriend.
Are you on X? Did you
Yeah,
go to X? Are
I
you
posted
looking
up
at
on my
X?
ex last night, and let me tell you,
No, that's wild.
isn't it?
That's
So
wild.
yeah. So where
Are
is
we
yours?
on YouTube? Oh, we're on YouTube. Getting High With. I'm Getting High With on YouTube as well. I do weekly podcasts. If you're into podcasts, you can. They have video podcasts on YouTube, but you can check out audio podcasts on all platforms: Amazon, Spotify, Apple, all that shit. Just the Getting High With, or just type in Adam Ill. Just type in my name anywhere, and something will come up. I've been around
It
long
does.
enough to where I'm usually the first couple pages, and you can find a lot of bullshit about me.
It's mostly good. It's mostly good. It's all good.
Stop lying,
Nah,
bro.
it's
People
all
hate me. I don't know why.
Bro, they hate us all, man. It's because we're honest. We speak our opinion, and we don't give in to whatever the current narrative is. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. That's why I say things. We don't have words off limits here, where I'm from. So I get
Yeah.
cultured when I go to places like LA when they're like, "You can't say that." I'm like, "Oh, but he's very flamboyant." But anyways, so needless to say, Adam, thank you so much for joining me tonight, man.
No, it's an honor. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Man, right back at you, bro. You are the highest host, man. I encourage
I
everyone
know.
to go check.
You
them
didn't
out.
even smoke this time the whole time. I'm out here. I smoked 2 blunts, bro. I didn't even see you take 1 puff of anything.
Perfect.
You took a bong rip before the show. Like, what the
Perfect.
fuck?
Then Mrs. P did her job wonderfully, because you shouldn't see me take a rip. That's exactly what it is. I took at least 3 or 4, at least the whole time. Yeah, but I
Oh, really?
yeah, we do it when it cuts camera because for some reason you can puff on that the whole episode without an issue, but the moment I bring this out and start puffing on it, it's changed sides like 4 times this whole episodes. But if
I haven't been watching. I'm just in the Discord.
no, it's okay. I know it's tough to see. But
That's, I don't know. I haven't. Whatever.
they
You
don't
did
like
great.
it. They don't like it. They don't like it. It's unfortunate.
I know. I get age restricted within the first 3 seconds of any video.
Bro, all my colleagues, like every single one of them, are a part of the YouTube partnership program where they have the ability to have memberships on their channel. They can have the yellow $ instead of no fucking $. I can't. I am not a part of it. I've been a part of it for like a couple weeks at a time, and then I get kicked out every single
Yeah.
time. So I don't know.
I'm
man.
over it.
I'm a
I don't even look at it anymore,
bro.
It's like, nah, I don't make money off my content. I just do it because I love it, and it's just like, it's just what I do. Like, I don't even make money off like Twitch or Kick or any of that shit. I just stream because I chill in my house anyway, smoking weed. So why not like smoke weed with people and hang out?
I feel you on that. You may as well. It's family at this point, right? Spend more
Make some,
time with my community.
yeah.
Yeah.
We make some friends, dude. There's people that are around all around the world that are just chilling, smoking by themselves. So why not create a space where they could just chill and watch videos and share a conversation with you, and maybe play some games every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a huge gamer, man. We should do more
Yeah,
gaming.
yeah,
What are you
yeah,
gaming right
yeah,
now? I
yeah,
know you did a
yeah.
little bit of oh, I didn't even think about it. The jumping game, like the Epic
Fall Guys,
Fall Guys. What are you playing? Are you doing anything right now?
golf,
Oh, you're golfing?
oh,
Real though.
real life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Come on. That's not cool at all though.
It,
Real life
yeah.
golf?
yeah, it's fucking.
Come on,
I
you're
just
supposed to be
got
behind
into
a
it.
computer screen.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Well, bro.
No,
Okay, well,
if I can, if I
I'm
like,
a pilot. I'm a pilot.
oh yeah,
Yep.
for real?
Yeah, I flew from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Miami on Saturday. Yeah.
On a screen.
I did it
Oh,
on.
you play like Flight Simulator.
Well, it's Microsoft Flight. It's a simulator
bro,
to
that
some, but real to
Fort
many others.
Lauderdale to Miami is like a fucking 20-minute flight.
Bro, it was 45. Leave me alone. It was a wonderful flight. Almost nothing went wrong until I hit the hill. Come on.
Well, if that's the case,
I'm pretty
then,
much a pilot, bro. So you're golfing in real life. I'm a pilot. Don't take this from me.
I won't. Yeah. Okay, Fall Guys. I haven't played Fall Guys in a minute. I haven't really played many games recently, dude.
No, that's fair.
No, we just chill. I'll just chill. I'll talk some shit like I do, and I will watch a couple videos, and then I'm surprised my dogs didn't bug me once, dude, while I was here. This is wild.
Mine's been at the door scratching pretty much the whole
Yeah,
time.
no.
Yeah, she's
They're
like,
just in
"Let me
their
in."
bed. They're chilling. Yeah. So
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you, Adam. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. I can't wait till the next time we get to smoke. I'll definitely hit you up next time in the LA region. When you're in Central Canada, you fucking hit me up, bro. You're always
I'm
welcome.
not allowed in Canada.
In middle of nowhere. Oh yeah, you told me that too. You're not allowed in Canada. That's right. Poor guy.
I'm not. They won't let me. I try to go one time, and they're like, nah.
What?
It's the weed, bro. And we're legal.
2012, I flew. There was an event called Treating Yourself in Toronto,
Toronto.
and Toronto, eh?
You got
And
it.
in
So you fit
Toronto.
it right in.
And then my flight was a connecting flight, so I landed in Edmonton, and I had to transfer from Edmonton. And I heard Edmonton is not like the best city to fly into because they're like more strict down there. It's like South Canada, It's like flying into Texas, and
Pretty close.
customs looked at me, and they're like, "Yeah, you go to immigration." And I went to immigration, and immigration looked at me, and they just Googled my name. And they're like, "Oh, there's a lot of weed stuff about you, hey?" I was like, "Okay."
Hey.
And then they're like, "Yeah, I don't know if we want you in this country. Why'd you come here? Who'd you come here with? What are you doing?" Da, 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 da. They like
Damn.
put me in a room, and they searched me, and they didn't want me in, and they took my passport. And then they said, "The next flight out is tomorrow morning. So do you want to stay here? Or do you want us to shuttle you to a hotel and you can come back in the morning?" I said, "Motherfucker, I'm going to a hotel. Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
And I had to show up at like 5 a.m. at the airport because the first flight to LA, and they held my passport so I couldn't go anywhere. I was about to hop on a train and go to Toronto because my boys were trying to pay me. I was like, "Bro, I'm not going to be a fugitive in Canada."
No way. No, because even though we're on horseback and there's polar bears, like it gets cold.
Yo, Belay, what do you mean they did their job, bro? I just came to be a tourist and meet
They
some
did
friends
their
in Toronto, and they didn't let me in because they
Come
didn't
on.
like my weed.
We've let in-
They looked at my Facebook, bro.
We
Get
let
outta
in
here.
much worse, my friend. We let in much worse. Adam, thank you so much for joining me tonight, brother. You're an absolute legend.
I don't want to leave. Leave me. Let
Pioneer.
me stay. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I appreciate you so much, brother. You're coming back, man. You're coming back. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Make sure you check
Thank you
out.
for having me.
It was an absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you so much. Make sure you go check out Adam Mill on all of his platforms. You saw it here. I got the links below, guys. Absolute legend. Adam, thank you, brother. Until next time.
Bye.
I'll catch you, bro. Peace out, homie.
Get higher.
Get higher, baby. That's my guy, guys. Huge
Bye.
shout out to Adam. Yeah, man. Man, Adam's an absolute legend, and to be honest, I can't believe that we crammed as much as we did into such a short amount of time. I could have talked to that guy for at least another fucking hour and a half. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's been an hour and a half. That's our longest interview yet, and wasn't even trying. Huge shout out to Adam for pulling up tonight. That was amazing. Huge. Tons going on. Huge pioneer in the space. I think the things he's done and the things he's doing are huge. I will continue to highlight his content. He's been a community highlight here before, and I absolutely love him. So huge shout out to Adam Hill, the highest host. Yeah, you might not agree with everything he's got to say, but you gotta appreciate the fact that he's willing to say it, and I think that's important today in our space. So huge shout out to Adam. That's my guy.
And a huge shout out to AC Infinity for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking for some high-tech quality equipment for your tent, check out ACinfinity.com. Whether it's their clip-on fans, the Gen 2s, their air circulation systems, or their lights, check them out at ACinfinity.com. Use promo code PIGEONS420. You're going to save a few dollars off at checkout. You're going to help support the show, and you're going to get yourself some quality equipment. Also, a huge shout out to Seedsman. If you're looking for some quality genetics from a quality place, check out Seedsman. Use promo code PIGEONS420. They're working with some of the best breeders in the game to hook you up with quality genetics. Check them out. Use promo code PIGEONS420 and thank them both for sponsoring today's video.
What's up? What's up? I'll tell you what's up. Spider Farmer's Supplemental Light Series now at spider-farmer.com. Go check them out, including the Glow R40. Get yourself some supplemental lights, whether it's UVA, UVB. Go check them out. You might not be getting all the spectrum that you need for your plants, but now you can with the Sup series. Go to spider-farmer.com. Use promo code PIGEONS420. You'll save a few dollars off at checkout. You'll get some supplemental lighting, and you will be growing some incredible herb. Use promo code PIGEONS420. Spider-farmer.com. Set yourself up right, and you won't be disappointed.